Not far from this typical city street, another road, similar in name, annually spotlights the beautiful city of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Home base for the world-famous Pikes Peak Hill Climb. This year's challenge of the mountain was a double feature attraction. One contest for race cars, and for the first time since 1934, another contest for stock cars. To be eligible, both types of cars had to meet definite specifications. Regulations for stock cars barred any special one-of-a-kind model. At least 500 duplicates of each entry had to be manufactured and delivered to the public within the period of 1 year. Modifications permitted for the safety of drivers and spectators had to be available to the car-buying public. A qualified inspector also had to certify all engine oil as regular stock product before it could be used. Furthermore, no special oil additives of any kind were permitted. Draining and refilling the crankcase with approved engine oil was done during the certification procedure for each car. Then the oil filler cap was sealed to be sure nothing could be added until the race was over. All rules and regulations for cars, products, and the event itself were approved by the organization which officially sanctioned and supervised the event, the United States Automobile Club. Like the engine oil, the gasoline used in all the stock cars was certified to be stock product. And after being filled, each tank also was sealed so that its contents could not be tampered with or changed. Regulations covering the racing car event, such as wheelbase specifications, were applied just as carefully by USAC officials. Before being declared eligible, every entry had to comply with the specifications laid down for all national championship races. It's race day, July 4th, 1956. We're at the toll booth of the Pikes Peak Highway. Since early morning, spectators have been arriving in their cars. They come from all over America, from the East Coast to the West Coast, the biggest crowd ever to witness this classic event. Most people drive up the highway to favorite points from which to watch the race, but many elect to remain near the starting line. They enjoy brushing elbows with race officials, car owners, and drivers, inspecting the different entries at close range, picking and cheering favorites, adding to the excitement that grows ever greater as the starting time grows nearer. This strictly unofficial entry made it almost to the halfway mark before it boiled over. DeSoto is the official pace car. Let's look ahead to see just what the drivers face. The cars run one at a time against the clock, beginning at an altitude of 9,400 feet. Only 20 feet wide in spots, the road zigzags its way upward through more than 140 curves. It climbs to 14,110 feet above sea level in 12.5 miles. By following the first car, we can get an overall idea of what this course is like. Number 6, driven by Slim Roberts, who finished second in 1955. He shows both the skill and experience essential to slide into the many switchbacks that dot this course, hold firm, sure control, and accelerate out again with a minimum of wasted sideways motion. It takes split-second timing, road-hugging traction, instant engine response. As the road climbs above timberline, which is over 11,000 feet up, the going gets steadily tougher for car and driver alike. In rising to the 14,110-foot summit, the thin mountain atmosphere creates serious problems in engine cooling and power output. By now, too, gears, chassis, tires, every part of a car has taken terrific punishment. The threat of breakdown increases with each revolution of the wheels. The number of breakdowns that do occur in this race proves that just to complete it is an achievement in itself, both for a car and the man who drives it. Slim Roberts in number 6 not only makes it, but sets a very fast pace in flashing over the finish line. Now back to the starting line again. We'll pick up highlights of this one car at a time race from strategic points along the course. Bob Finney in number 53, 1955's record-breaking winner, one of the top favorites. The higher up you watch this race, the fewer cars you're apt to see go by. In all, 10 of today's 29 entries are doomed to failure. Alert observers check to see that stalled cars are quickly moved to the side of the road, out of the way of those that follow. The roadbed, hazardous enough under the best of conditions, has been made slick in spots by rain that fell last night. Another entry falls by the wayside after making it to well beyond the halfway point. Driver Cox in number 68 flashes past the stalled car. Just beyond, there's another one of those hairpins. Number 68 doesn't quite make it. Spectators immediately rush toward the car. This entry isn't out of the race, but it will be if anybody lends any assistance. That's cause for immediate disqualification. So after waving people away, the driver moves ahead. Number 58 represents a name famous in this race. It's entered by Jerry Unser and driven by his son, Bobby. Now you see it, now you don't. Number 18 plays hide and seek with the camera as it flashes behind trees along the edge of the course. The background changes quickly. Here, instead of trees, the mountainside sprouts loose stones and boulders. As the steepness increases, the outer edges of the road seem to fall off into space. The average motorist would try to snuggle his car as close to the inside as possible. But these aren't average motorists. They're out to save every second in this race against time. That doesn't mean all cars are driven the same way throughout the entire race. For example, compare the technique used by Bobby Unser in number 58 on this hairpin with that followed by Keith Andrews in number 27. A Colorado Springs driver, Andrews is no stranger to this course. He won in 1954. Number 50 has a close shave. There's no telling what just a little harder impact with that marker might have done. Now here's the 1955 winner again, Bob Finney in number 53. He's running at practically the same speed at which he set an all-time record. However, Bobby Unser, giving number 58 a flawless ride, is doing as good or better at this point. Charlie Louderman in number 18 isn't wasting any time either, with about a third of the race to go. Still in contention is number 97, driven by L.J. Unser, brother of Bobby, in number 58. In many races, spectators see little more than the cars going by. Here it's possible to see a number of different parts of the course. Straightaways are never very long or flat, yet that's where you really have to make time. Before you know it, you're sliding into another curve, fighting for every last shred of traction, then gunning out of it with everything you've got. Only a few miles left, but each one gets tougher. Pete Woods in number 65 is fighting to make it the rest of the way. Number 94 with Foster Campbell disappears inside a dust cloud. Out in the clear again, the car shoots upward, right into the sky. A man can't ever let down in a race where his time is figured to a fraction of a second. Bob Finney in number 53 rushes towards us, then flashes away. Next, number 58, Bobby Unser. Paul Kleinschmidt in number 4, one of the pre-race favorites, runned into hard luck. Most experts agree that it's enough to keep a man from winning top money if he loses control even momentarily on just one corner. Nobody knows that better than Foster Campbell in number 94. He didn't miss this one. top now, and here comes Finney, still setting a blistering pace against the clock according to unofficial timers. Young Bobby Unser has been driving a masterful race all the way. Charlie Louderman in number 18 also is making good time at this point. However, nothing counts but the time for the full distance. Even this close to the finish, things can happen. It's tough to come this far and have a car fail and watch the rest go by. Number 53 with Bob Finney and number 58 with Bobby Unser both make a fast finish. And Bobby Unser beats out Bob Finney for first place, setting a new record of 14 minutes and 27 seconds. After the last race car is finished, the course is checked by a motorcycle patrolman to be sure all's clear for the running of the stock car race. As with the race cars, we'll begin at the starting line and hit the high spots of this extremely competitive event. First car away is number 5, a Chevrolet. It's driven by still another Unser, Jerry Unser Jr., brother of the winner of the race car event. The only big car among the recorded entries is a Chrysler 300. A job with plenty of power, but carrying a handicap in size and weight. In this kind of race, with its endless zigzagging, a smaller, lighter car appears to show up to definite advantage in the way it comes into and out of a hairpin curve. Watch how Herb Bryers in number 22 with Fury takes the same curve. Number 4, another Chevrolet, is being driven by Bob Korf, another top driver. Number 26, a Ford, driven by Chuck Stevenson, is the only car in the running that has an automatic transmission. Stock car racing has continued to grow steadily in popularity. The revival of this event, after a lapse of 22 years, draws interest from car owners all over the country. But while the cars used in this hill climb may be similar to the one that the average motorist owns, it's a pretty safe bet he wouldn't want to drive it like this. It takes an expert like Dan Morgan in Ford number 67 to handle a car this way, getting every last possible ounce of power and performance out of it. Here's Bryers again, racing the clock in number 22. Herb knows this course perfectly. Driving race cars, he's finished well up with the leaders more than once in past years. Into the same turn comes Bob Korf in number 4. Young Jerry Unser's driving in the best traditions of his famous family. Then flashing action as number 22 roars into another horseshoe curve. Driver slowing up by downshifting gears, which gives traction and maximum pickup for resuming the upward climb. Now a repeat of the same action. Chuck Stevenson's making good time, too. The way these men drive, it's no wonder they're making good time, almost as good as the race cars. All we can make out is a moving trail of dust way off in the distance. Now we can see it's number 44, a Studebaker Golden Hawk, driven by Delmar Desch of Colorado Springs. As the day goes on, dry spots grow drier. The car is often swallowed up in its own cloud of dust. This spot gives spectators an excellent chance to study each driver's technique as the cars come by, spaced out minutes apart. Right now, they've got their eyes on Jerry Unser in number 5. Now, a briefer but closer inspection of car handling and action. A little further up the mountain is a choice spot. Nearing the top, number 250, a Plymouth driven by Royal Russell, is doing its part to help set a remarkable overall record. Not a single one of the stock cars entered failed to finish this tough mountain road race. It's an outstanding tribute not only to the drivers and to the men who prepare the cars for the race, but to the makers of all the cars competing. It's also a tribute to the outstanding protection and all-around performance provided by the fuel, the motor oil, the other lubricants used. Owner-driver number 7 of Plymouth Fury is Buddy Vaught, the newcomer to the hill climb. He has only a few more miles to go. If anything, the rugged, barren, treeless mountainside makes it seem even more hazardous above timberline. But nobody plays it safe. Jerry Unser continues to push number 5 for all it's worth. Chuck Stevenson in number 26 also knows you can't take a chance on losing out because of a slow finish, even though at times you may get the feeling that you're driving right off and out of this world. Here's Delmar Desch in number 44 again. At this point, he's also well on his way to the top of the mountain and the end of the race. A race, incidentally, that can take more out of a driver in about 15 minutes than some that last for hours. Now we're ready to watch some of the entries in the finish of their race against the clock. First, we'll see Chevrolet number 5. Here comes one of the Fords. And now a Plymouth barrels over the line. After all time records are checked, Jerry Unser Jr. is declared the winner, setting a new record of 16 minutes and 8 seconds. Then it's back down the mountain at the end of another exciting Pikes Peak hill climb. Already contestants are making plans for next year. Plans for squeezing more power out of their engines. Plans for saving seconds on the twists and turns of this exacting road. They'll be back again to give the mountain everything they've got. Back again and riding high.